muko oba owamala
Nedda yongera mu
volume nyongere oba owamala volume nyongere muko oba owamala
Nedda yongera mu
tula kalira ulize emboozi bulamu towalira byenkubulira passport nga kyali wange walakira ebyo byolepuka bijja kulakira kotandisa agaboozi kwaba basebekira okoze kyene nnyo enzijja okuzibikira ojja kunakuwala kubalaba ku matikira babadde basibekira kati nga bakulembera n'akazindaalo nga batuyimbira bava ku malala temuli bibala bonagavirako ku ngalo emikwano gibalabala bulamu si butereevu busala ebigooli noyo noli ebizibu bitusimbira line ng'akasooli osala ebika by'emmere bikulisa embooli nga weekwasa ebwazala wange obalabira mu kamooli otya okusongamu uyo kapooli gwe twayogerako wamajati 8 cent oli mu nnyongere oba owamala volume nyongere muko oba owamala
Nedda yongera mu
volume nyongere oba owamala volume nyongere muko oba owamala
Nedda yongera mu
bwagula enzirusi atagula yazza musango lwaki ogiwalabanya ngako mwengo bagamba owebbango futumutegera ku mulyango kirizagana katugomukire totumenyera omwango pulire moroka tonna gikuta olinda yesu bwanaalidde okugimanyira lekaleka bano batuuke nga banyirira lwaki obakuba ebizi oyagala batomera aga malala gasana kuluyira sylvester kuongoma rhymes gankwira I get the job done call me whatever you want to I hope to make you a person they look up to not to divide society into two input to there's nowhere you are going to mutuntu bulirira ne bulubaluba tu bulamu bwe mutomatu kankusibirire tu ensi gyozanyise kugayanga mmeketu weketu mugande witu wetereze mwatu volume nyongere oba owamala volume nyongere muko oba owamala
Nedda yongera mu
volume nyongere oba owamala volume nyongere muko oba owamala
Nedda yongera mu
amalala gakuba ekigwo amalala gakuba ekigwo ennume y'ekigwo
During that lockdown, how were they getting their medication? It was hard. Then there were those children with cancer who were told to go back home. And then it is later that they started trying to get doctors on motorbikes to go and deliver the medication. But see, when there's a break in their medication, it brings more it brings more issues.
Yeah.
And no one talked about the children who died during that time because of medication, not having medication in time and what, or who have fallen back in their things. So we need to learn to have a standby. We have to have community, maybe say there are paramedics in the communities. And these paramedics should reach out to it should be in every parish, every village, we should have paramedics. So that if something happens like this in future, we have our paramedics already to reach out to children, children with disabilities, children living with HIV, AIDS, you know, even the normal children when they fall sick. You see, moving was that you have to go and get permission first. Yes. But if we had paramedics in the villages, it would be so easy. We wouldn't have this fallback a lot. And then maybe we should, even the parents who are not dedicated, I know they can teach math somehow. They would teach in the local language. Math can be taught in the local language.
1 + 1.
With the stones and what. But maybe we should try and get teachers and pay them more on hard to reach areas. They're saying paying the scientists, but also the art teachers. Because these art teachers are the ones going to teach English to the scientists.
And they need English to pass science.
They need English to pass science. So we need the art teachers also. But if we could pay them hard to reach area more money, just because they are in those communities, maybe build for them proper housing facilities. So that even when this happens, we have teachers who will go reach out to villages to see that the children are listening, or the children are studying at least twice a week. If a teacher appears before a child and they go through some of the
To refresh.
yeah, it refreshes them and tells them, stay with this, next week I'll pass by. So we need that to keep people to reach out to stay in the communities.
What of in terms of juvenile justice, in terms of keeping children safe from the law, ensuring that their rights? You're talking about violence at the family level. You talked about environment and kind of things. How do we, in future, what do we need to do to ensure that if we find ourselves in this situation, this is how we shall protect children against sexual assault, for example?
We need to empower our local community, our LCs. And also first we need to empower the children. Do they know what the bad touch is? We were just trying to teach them before they went to lockdown. Where do they go? Do they know where to go to? Most of them are threatened after defilement. They're told, don't speak, or else we'll kill you, we'll kill your family. Then some of them, like this one who said, I was told to go, and they told him, you stand outside, we are going to give you a TV. But these thieves were coming to rob the grandmother.
Oh dear.
But they told him, we shall give you a TV where you'll watch every day. You don't have to ask permission or what. So they entered in the house for him. He stood to see that no one comes in. And then in the process, they killed the grandmother.
Oh.
So it was during the burial that he kept saying, but this one was the last to, these people entered in the house. Then they said grandmother has died. So they're like, how did you know? So he gives the story. So he was arrested and told to go and tell these other people, take us to these people. So all the other co-accused were arrested. And maybe he was charged with murder.
Oh, the child?
Yes, because he was in the whole chain. But he couldn't understand it, you know. And he kept saying, most of them will call you auntie. Auntie, I didn't do it. I'm like, yes, you didn't do it. I didn't kill. I'm like, yes, you did. It is those ones, they entered. But if we could empower our children and tell them that they have this obligation. Yes, they have the rights, but they have the obligation. They have obligations to respect the society, respect their children. They have obligation to do work at home. They have, we have something we expect from them, even if we are giving them rights. So that they grow up knowing it's not about watching TV throughout. You have to also do something. Maybe that would help them. Not so that people do not sweet talk them. How are we talking to our daughters? How are we training our daughters? Will somebody give them, say, if you come and I do this to you, or I touch your breast, I will give you 500. And it's a coin, a 500 coin. And most of them can say, and he gave me a 500 coin to keep quiet. Or after being defied, it comes and say, they gave me 1,000. Is there a way we can teach them about value? How do they value themselves from young? You see, a child gets to understand from the time they are born. That's why they cry when they are hurt. So we need to teach value to the children from when they are young. But value is got if the person teaching them also has value. So do the parents have value to pass over? So should the government also? So we need to empower the local council, to empower the community. We need to empower the religious leaders, to empower the community. We also need to empower the witch doctors, the herbalists, and teach them, because you see they are the ones who, when somebody is arrested, they will say, the witch doctor told me if I sleep with a girl, my problems will be solved. So if we teach these witch doctors that the law says, if they ever get you, if you are arrested, like even for sacrifice, child sacrifice, you will be penalized, you will be held for murder, you will go in for life. This is what the law says. There's a way they will treat. They will start telling the person, your problems will be done. Let me put something on your hands. and then you go and work. The person
playing with your mind.
they just play with their minds and go. I had an opportunity to talk to a witch doctor.
Okay.
My name is
Yeah, we're seeking their services.
We were sensitizing.
Oh, okay.
And you see in Kayunga, they are so
Power
proud to come
generation
and say how
site
they are witch doctors.
here in
because they are
Godmo,
really
Rongo sub-county,
respected in the
Moya
community.
district in Uganda.
said,
After the
okay.
farmers
So we
mill
kept
their
talking,
crops,
and then
we
I told
collect
him,
the
but no,
residue
instead of
using
giving these
the electric
women
vehicles,
who
which
come
are
and
actually
complain
charged
about their
here at the
husbands or
site
husbands come
with
and
our
complain
renewable
about
energy,
their women.
and
So
we
he
utilize
says
them
for him what he
in this
does,
machine,
he
which is
gets
the
some
biomass gasification plant.
herb,
Let me show you
herb,
how the whole
and then he
process
tells them,
works,
when
how
it
we
starts
utilize
quarreling,
the
you put
residues
it in
to
your
generate
mouth
electricity.
and bite it.
So this is
So
the
the
plant,
lady keeps
as you can
biting,
see.
so she doesn't
Over
reply
here,
to
we
the
have a
quarrels.
reactor
Then the man keeps
where
quiet.
the
And then she'll
biomass
start
is
saying,
fed,
oh,
and partial combustion occurs
actually
inside
killed
here
you.
to
And she just
produce
said
a
no,
gas
it's
which
because
is
she did
combustible.
not answer back,
Now
so
that
there
gas
was
is
no
called
one
a
to-
producer
There was no
gas,
fight.
There was no
and
need for a fight,
it is
you
that
know.
gas
So if we
which
need
provides
also
the
to
fuel
empower them,
for
the
this plant.
herbalists.
The gas is sucked out
You
of
see
the
how
reactor
Mama Fina tries to help
by
out,
this
but
venturi
if we
system.
empower her with that,
The venturi
so
system
much
Information
more.
on
does
the
that
law. Yeah.
through a water circulation.
Then she
As you can
empowers
see,
her
we have a
people. You know,
pond
so many people
over
follow
here
her.
that
So we
circulates
need to
water
get
through the
those
venturi system,
people who are
which creates
the community based,
pressure
like the community look up.
that pulls the gas out.
You
In addition,
mentioned
it does
about the
cooling
child,
and
you know,
cleaning of the
being
gas.
charged,
The gas is then
criminal
moved to
offense.
a
And I thought
cyclone,
perhaps we
and as you can
take
see, the
advantage
gas
of your
enters
presence
at a
to
lower
talk about
level
criminal
and exits
responsibility for
at a
children,
higher
because there's
level.
always emphasis
This
on
has the
rights, like
effect
you
of
correctly
letting
say.
the heavier
But
particles
also
settle
not
down,
children, for children
and
to
they
know
can
that
be removed
you have responsibilities
through this valve
even
after
during
operation.
COVID-19.
The lighter
Just run us
particles,
through
however,
about what's
move
the law
The
and
law on
criminal
children's
combined
responsibility. At 5 years, do they become
This system
No.
essentially has got four
when they are,
chambers.
when
has a coarse filtration
12 years
chamber,
and
which is
when
filled
they're
with
less than
charcoal.
12 years, from
Two
11,
fine
they are not
filtration chambers
criminali-
that
they
are
not
filled with
criminally
rice husk,
liable.
and a cloth filtration chamber.
But I
so you can do anything in that age.
After
but
this
you see there, we
phase
can
of
get the
filtration,
LC to
the
do
gas is moved to what
I
we
don't
call
believe you just do something
square
as a
filter.
child and you walk
square
away
filter
with
is
this.
essentially a
No.
series of
But
cloth
from 12,
filtration. Now, once the filtration has been
criminally
done,
liable.
the gas is now
And they
clean
can
and
be
cool enough
arrested,
to
they're
be
taken
moved to
the
the
remand
engine.
homes.
After the gas has
And
been
we
cleaned
have
and is
remand
now
homes
cool
all
enough,
over Uganda.
it is
Yes.
taken
And the main one means camp
through this pipe
that's
to the
how
engine.
they pronounce it. It's
This is
law.
a
Is that
three-phase
on the
and it
Masaka
utilizes
Yes,
the gas
so
to
they are
produce
taken
three-phase
there, and
power.
They're taken how they are taught.
When the power is
They are
produced,
taught on vocational
you can see
training, making
it is then stabilized
wood,
by
tools,
this
what,
machine.
but they're
This is a
trained
power
from that
stabilizer,
side. Now they're
and
taken to the
is
remand home at
distributed
Nakuru,
through this
where they're
main
also
distribution
taught,
board to the
but
different
they are
loads
liable.
on site.
But they also need to
When
know
the
that.
generator produces
So
the
if you
power,
need to teach them
it
that
is
for
stabilized
12 years,
by this
we shall
stabilizer
jail you in the
and then
children's
taken
jail.
to the
If you
distribution panel,
misbehave,
which
then
connects
there's
to the control room,
I think they will
where
also change
it's
their
connected to the
behavior.
various loads.
But also this one's below 12.
One of the major loads we
like
have
from
here
11
is the
downwards.
non-carbonized
They believe a children, a
briquette
child
machine,
will understand.
and this is an anchor load
We
at
will
this
not
site,
be like
and
whites
it
all
is
the
used
time
to
and say
generate
you're going to be taken to
non-carbonized
the
briquettes catered
stand
to
there.
the
No, I think a few two sticks
On this
will
site,
get
we
the
have got a
person.
total of
Even the Bible
50.3
says,
kilowatts
spare the rod
generated.
for the child.
The
So
biomass
we will
gasification
not
plant
allow
produces
sparing
32
the rod
kilowatts
because
of
what?
this
As I
50.3,
started, we want
and the solar produces
children are the future of our nation.
18.3
So we are not going
kilowatts.
to let them get away
Now,
with anything.
down here on the
but
ground, we
shall
have
stick as the Bible
4.4
says,
kilowatts
spare the rod
of
for
solar
the child.
generated,
No,
and
we are
on the
going to see
roof,
that
we
they
have
are all
got
brought up
13.9 kilowatts.
in a godly manner.
Now let me take you
whereby
inside the
in
control
future we
room
shall
to show
have
you how the power generated by both the biomass
The indeed
gasification
future.
plant and the
Yes.
solar is
If we
combined
have less
and distributed to the
corruption,
various
you know
loads
that
on
law?
site
Yes.
and to the
Sarah,
community
as we
through
come to
our
the
mini grid.
end of
The power
this
generated
show,
by the biomass
just as
gasification plant
sort of
and the
your
solar
final concluding
combines in this room. This is our
how do we
control room.
then get out of this
Part
mess
of that power
as a
is
country?
stored on
30
this
seconds.
How do
battery
we
bank.
get out of this
It's a
mess?
115
And
kilowatt hour
protect
battery
children?
bank, and this ensures that we have 24-hour power supplied
Doesn't matter about
when
your
our
religion,
generation
your
technologies are
party,
offline.
your what. come
Then that
together.
power is also
Let us see
distributed
in
to the
each of our
various loads
neighborhood
on site and to the community through the mini grid. Some of the
We
loads
need to
that
be
we have
the
on site
eyes of
include
the parents
a
in the
water pump,
neighborhood. Let us go back
and
to
that
saying
supplies
it takes
water
a
for the
village to
community
raise a
water
child.
needs.
Don't let somebody
Another
else
load
be
we have
doing
here
something wrong
is a charging
and just say,
station
"That's
for
not my
portable
child." Take
batteries.
responsibility.
We have
Okay, Sarah makes a
customers
very
who are far
compelling
away
point.
from the grid
We should
that
take
we supply
responsibility. We
electricity
have to protect
through
children
portable
during
battery-powered
COVID-19
ready boards.
by following the law,
The batteries
empowering people
that
with
supply
information so
those
that they
customers
know
are charged
that
from this
an
charging
extraordinary
station
time like
and are
the
ferried to
pandemic
and fro
is not an opportunity
their
for you to exploit
premises
children, but
using
rather
our
to act and protect their
electric
rights. With that, we've come to the end of today's
And the
edition of You and the Law.
batteries are
I've been your host,
ferried
Jonathan
from the
Ochom.
customer premises
Next week,
to
we'll
the
have
charging
another
station
conversation on yet another
by
human
our
right
electric
which has been
vehicles.
affected by the
The
virus.
electric vehicles
Until then,
are also charged
bye.
here on site, and there's a charging port for 4 electric vehicles. Currently, Mandilis Energy is serving and on this mini grid, we have got 100 customers connected. Of these 100 customers, we have 28 businesses, including 9 retail shops, 4 hair salons, 4 video halls, 3 drug shops, 4 grain stores, 1 restaurant, and 2 schools and 2 bars. And this is how this project of Mandilis Energy is improving the lives of the people here in this community in Gotmu, Kurongo Sub-County, Noya District, Uganda.
Young people at the moment are struggling to understand the older generation because times have changed. Technology has come in.
They've moved on.
Yes.
We're the ones sitting back and wondering, what is my child on to? TikTok has surpassed WhatsApp. The other one I call, I never call it Facebook, it's Bookface. Why are you on Bookface? Dad, it's Facebook.
Yes.
Me, I keep saying, I have a foot amongst the millennials.
Yeah.
And I understand the traditionalists.
Okay.
There's a song in the 60s, by the way, and in the 90s, 70s, where they're like, parents don't understand.
Yes.
Remember Prince?
Yes.
Prince.
Kampala Capital City Authority, the entity appointed by the Parliament of Uganda to be responsible for the day-to-day operations within Kampala, the capital city in Uganda, has over the years embarked on various initiatives and projects to better the living conditions within the city. One main area of focus for KCCA is water and sanitation, especially in vulnerable urban poor areas.
I'm Alan Koronziza, and I'm the program manager for the citywide inclusive sanitation program in Kampala. Kampala is a city of over 1.5 million residents who double during the day to over 3 million. Out of those 1.5 million residents, we found that 1% of those actually don't access any sanitation facility whatsoever. So they commonly use methods like the flying toilets that I'm sure many of us are aware of. We also found that the majority of the residents live in informal settlements. Actually, that's about 60% of the city's residents live in informal settlements. These are settlements that are not planned. These are settlements that are congested as a result of that. These are settlements that have limited access to basic services and utilities. We also found that when these toilet facilities fill, over 50% emptied the contents into the environment untreated. And a similar percentage number just abandoned the toilets altogether, and because of space constraints, actually joined the group that didn't have any access to toilets. And when we looked at what happens to these toilets when they are filled up, that was also another telling story. We found that only about 23% of these facilities get emptied safely when they are filled. So what that means is that we have a whopping 67% of our waste from these toilets that is either stuck in the communities where we live, or that is emptied or disposed into the environment untreated.
Yeah, my name is Senabria Francis. I'm the head teacher of St. Peter's Primary School in Zambia. We are actually very grateful to Kampala Capital City Authority for having identified us to have an improvement of sanitation in this school.
KCCA identified fecal sludge management as a key area to focus on as far as water and sanitation is concerned within Kampala.
Before we got the assistance from KCCA of sanitation, we had toilets, and these toilets were insufficient because we had 29 stanzas in all. So when KCCA came in to help us, we were able to get more facilities. In fact, the number came to 82 stanzas, 56 for girls and 26 for boys. These include also urinals. We also had a benefit of adding more facilities of washing hands. And our school was the pioneer to have a unique facility we call the wash-a-lots. And these facilities reduce on the use of water because very little water comes out when somebody is using the facility. In a typical scenario or a traditional sense of the service, the way the service is accessed, we had communities that didn't have any information at all about how to access sanitation facilities, where to get them, and who would provide them. And for the communities that did, they reached out to one key member within their communities who then linked them to the service providers in the communities.
We went detail about Weyonje. The facilitators were good. They taught us what is Weyonje. We went as leaders so that we bring the message to the community.
Last year, KCCA initiated the Weyonje app as a way of improving sanitation service delivery in the city. Members were given out smartphones, and we started using that app.
So with the GSMA funding, we've been able to invest in mobile-based applications that help to link communities with the service providers. The same applications help the service providers know how they are delivering the service so they can actually increase their efficiencies. And the same mobile applications help KCCA understand where is the service being provided, where is it not provided, so that KCCA can reallocate the resources to the areas where the service is not being accessed very well.
Okay, we've got a new job and he's having a septic tank with a flush toilet.
KCCA has taken a number of steps to address this sanitation challenge, which include, but not limited to the following: the setup of a call center to provide information to population, and secondly, to link them to service providers. And now, with active involvement of the private sector-led interventions, things are looking up. And it's not just KCCA's commitment to a better Kampala and the strategic partnerships that is transforming fecal sludge management issues within the city.
So what we're seeing over a space of 1 year, when we've started this approach of using the technology to actually address this service chain, is we're seeing a 20% increase in the amount of fecal sludge that is actually being evacuated from the communities. So we're actually seeing more toilets being emptied. We're seeing more service providers actually being employed or called upon to provide these services. So this GSMA funding has been very, very critical. It has been very helpful in actually tightening or linking that part of the service chain and ensuring that a citywide service is actually being delivered.
The whole program, I can range it, it has been a success by 95%, because initially we were operating in a very informal way. Everyone was in his own. So we got trainings, we started companies. After starting companies, KCC and GIZ started also to legalize the sanitation business. Now members have licenses, have acquired KCC environmental service permit. They have recommendation for national water that actually every fecal sludge you collect, you have to dispose it at its facilities, and the NEMA license, which is the last license that is required in rendering this sanitation business. So the whole process, at first we saw that maybe KCC has come to kick us out of the business, but we were far short-sighted. But in the due course, in the process, we saw that KCCA want to shape our final destiny in this sanitation business, because we are given the priority such that we can comply with the city rules and regulations. If we fail, then they get other people to come and take over sanitation in the city.
An army of sheep led by a lion will beat an army of lions led by a sheep. That's a fair. Yeah. So let's be very honest about this thing, and really understand that you need to understand where you lie and where you fall. So it's very important for us to understand that leadership has to be definitive. You can't be laissez-faire. It has to be definitive. You have to be strong, just like a lion. You know, when a lion meets an elephant or a buffalo or whatever, the buffalo and all these animals run away, and yet, by the way, they are stronger than the lion, they are heavier than the lion, they are more intelligent than the lion, they are taller than the lion. They run away. The lion, because of its attitude, it sees lunch. That is a leader.
Mr. Tony Trapp, thank you very much for coming to the CEO bench. And I want to ask you, so if you were elected the President of the Republic of Uganda today, what would be your first State of Nation address now as you look into the camera and close the show?
I think my first State of the Nation address would first of all to... I think I'll just close it down.
I was so excited seeing many of you enduring pain. Many of people here come to run for different purposes. Others are running because they're fighting a disease. Others are running because they're fighting weight. Others are running because they're contributing money to their families. So it is important for